Went to bed at 6:30. I keep weird hours. I've noticed a lot of people do that. They kind of go to bed early and then wake up sort of in the middle of the night and sort of stay up all night then. I mean, obviously I've got kids, so that doesn't really work for me, because if I went to bed at 6:30 and woke up in the middle of the night, I'd then stay up all night, and then in the morning my kids would wake up and I'd be like, no, I just want to go to bed, leave me alone. But yeah, I know quite a few people that have like changed the hour, especially since lockdowns happened and like COVID's come about. Everyone seems to be adapting their sleeping patterns, which isn't like a bad thing. There's a lot of different things to do. Ooh, what's it? Oh yeah, so you can either do easy or normal, and then classic, which basically changes your actions kind of a bit more turn-based, like how the old games were. But the problem is, as it says, you attack and defend automatically, which it kind of takes the fun away from the game. Especially as it's an action RPG now rather than a turn-based RPG. It kind of, I can see why they've done it, and it's good for like old fans that just want to use turn-based, but to play the game properly, we'll just do it normal. Oh yeah, now that I work from home, I love keeping more natural hours. I know a lot of people have done that. Hey, we've got Moogle Hat! Moogle Hat! Oh my god, she's singing her theme song! Yuffie's singing her theme tune. That's amazing. Hey, we're moved high.
Your girl finally made it to Midgar.
It'd be interesting to see how they've kind of put her into the story. It's like, I think we're still inside Midgar. Oh, I love the animation style. I've always loved Final Fantasy Remake, but look at this. The graphics are awesome. Yes, Yuffie, we love you. Let's go hunt some materia. The energetic young girl, that is Yuffie. Materia hunter extraordinaire.
Yuffie.
This looks so good.
Materia Hunter and Elite Special Forces operative for the new Wutai government. I have orders to infiltrate Shinra headquarters and steal their ultimate materia. To prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche! With your full support, we got this!
Yuffie is great. Absolutely fantastic.
Members of Avalanche? Where are you?
I mean, to be fair, the graphics are just outstanding. I mean, look at all the facial movements and animations and textures are just... This is the one game that just makes me feel like, yeah, this is how we want games to be.
Wait, does this mean what I think it does? Interesting. So, I gotta come to you, do I?
So is that the Moogle prints that we got from the first game? Do you reckon they're posters for the little Moogle kid? Or is that like a fair? I can't read Japanese. Can anyone read Japanese? Does anyone know what that poster says? How can I read the Japanese? I'm gonna read it. It's gonna say Moogle Festival, follow the arrow. That's what I'm imagining it says. No idea if it is, but that's what I'm following. Right. So, we are Yuffie. We've come to Midgar. It looks like we're not starting out outside the city. It looks like we're starting inside the city, which makes sense as the first part was only set inside Midgar. So it looks like we're starting inside Midgar still. And I'm guessing... I don't know whether Yuffie will kind of join Cloud's party in this DLC, or whether she will still sort of be in part 2. So they could either do it where Yuffie kind of runs into them a bit and they kind of recognize her, or whether she meets up with Avalanche and kind of becomes part of them, or whether they kind of leave it like the original where once you leave the city You can kind of find her in a forest. But then they said they have included Fort Condor and stuff, which obviously used to be outside of Midgar on the way to Junon. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they've sort of moved the story around a bit. Yuffie can fight effectively both up close and from range. Press square to strike a foe with their throwing star, hold square to continue attacking while putting distance between her and the enemy. Guarding just before an enemy lands a hit. Guarding just before an enemy lands a hit will greatly reduce the damage Yuffie takes. I can't remember how to guard. I've not played Remake in a while. I think guard was that. Okay, so guard's that. And then we roll and stuff. The hold shuriken for long range damage. Camera angle's a bit weird for long range damage. So if you hold shuriken, the camera angle kind of moves weirdly. Shuriken's quite good though. I like the animation style. Oh, look at the little spinning. And like the little wind effect. The sort of depth of field wind effects that are coming off the shuriken. That's quite cool. Right, so if I remember right, they have HP bar and then they have pressure bar. And obviously if you get that orange pressure bar to the top, they get stunned and you get more chance to kill them. Yeah, the animation is absolutely fantastic. So what skills do we have? Right, spells, we've got a cure spell. Items, we've got high potions. Okay, so we don't seem to... Oh, we have Cura as well. Okay, so we have Cure and Cura. And we have a high potion. Okay, let's just look around. I like to explore these games. I don't just like to skip through them all. I like to explore every nook and cranny just to make sure we're not missing any sort of stuff. Right. Yuffie's unique ability. By pressing triangle, Yuffie can hurl a weapon at a target. Press square while it is away from her to perform long-range ninjutsu attacks. The weapon will return to Yuffie automatically after a certain amount of time. To retrieve it sooner, press triangle again. Okay, let's do it.
Got no time for small fry.
Ah! Oh, hello. Oh, I like this. Oh, this is awesome. This makes you feel overpowered. Okay, that's way better than a normal attack. Okay, that is cool. Using ninjutsu, not even like with magic or anything, just from her shuriken, she's using proper ninjutsu just from a triangle bird, which seems way more overpowered than just her standard square attack. By pressing triangle, Yuffie is capable of destroying Shinra box from a distance. Ooh, we've got long-ranged item pickup. We can hit box and get items from far away. Wow. Try destroying multiple boxes at once by giving Yuffie the perfect vantage point. Go on then. Look at that. We can hit long-ranged boxes and get items. Okay, we can't get them. Can we hold? No, holding triangle. So what they could have done, I suppose, for stuff like this, is if you hold triangle down, they could have done like a first-person sort of shuriken throw. I mean, I don't know if it would have fit as well, so I can see why they haven't done it. But I know a lot of games kind of use like hold down buttons now to sort of zoom in and sort of throw range weapons. Right, let's get these. Let's get these beautiful boxes. You recovered MP. We got a Mako shot. I don't know how she's getting the items back on her shuriken. She must like throw her shuriken, hit the boxes, sort of make her shuriken go under the item, get it like in the middle, and make her shuriken come back to her. She is a materia hunter. She is very enhanced with the shuriken and treasure hunting. Yeah, look. Oh, I love the like little blurry effect as she goes sort of to the front and as she goes to the back. I really like that animation. That's actually really nice animation. I love sort of the little blur that they've added in. That's like really crisp detail. That's the detail that you love to see in these sort of games. Right. So I'm guessing if they come close, they're going to hit me. So we kind of have to ranged attack until people come close and then kind of go back to melee. That seems to be the way to do it. Alright, let's dodge away and then ranged attack. Oh no, I switched to ranged, it switched back to melee. There we go. Okay, we have filled our ability bar. Ooh. We've got quite a few abilities. Okay, so we've got Art of War, bullet an enemy with blows, and all subsequent attacks deal increased damage. That sounds good. So we damage enemies and then get an increase in damage. It doesn't say for how long, but that sounds decent. Windstorm creates a gust of wind that damages nearby enemies and launches them towards you. Okay, so you can bring everyone from far away back to you, and then you can beat them up melee style. Oh, hello. The ability Elemental Ninjutsu changes the elemental affinity of Yuki's square attack while her weapon is away. Though it deals non-elemental damage at first, pressing left and right while the ability is selected will alter the affinity of the attack. Interesting. So you can change the elemental affinity of her ninjutsu, which would be good for enemies that are weak to a certain element. Use elemental ninjutsu to exploit your enemies' weaknesses and pound them into submission. So say if you got an ice enemy, just switch to fire elemental and you can burn them down. That's pretty good to know. We'll have to try and remember that, because this is the stuff I forget. By pressing left and right when we're doing long range ninjutsu attacks, we can change the element. We need to remember that stuff. We can switch to fire ninjutsu. Oh! Hold on, you can switch to different ones. So you can switch to fire, you can switch to ice, you can switch to lightning, or you can switch to wind. You can pick what ninjutsu you want to use. So for the little flying enemy, you want to use lightning. So if we use lightning, that will smash it down. Assess, yeah. So I wonder if this is the same as the first game. So we used to assess like every single enemy just to find their weaknesses and stuff. And then good old steal. I'm glad they put steal in. So steal, you can like steal items off an enemy, which is always good. It's usually kind of not very good stuff. So obviously, does that say weakness to wind? They're not weakness. Why are flying enemies not weak to lightning? Foul-weaving airborne lizards that live in the slums. They're usually seen flying close to the ground. Right, so we need wind for that one. Let's just assess the little toxie rats as well. Weakness ice. Okay, so we want ice for the little toxie rats, and we want wind for the lesser drakes. I am literally going to die. I did not realize my health, and I haven't got a bar. I need to get a bar, don't I? This is not fun. This is not fun. We can't die on like the first bit. Oh no! We died on the first bit! I wasn't even paying attention to our health. We are terrible. My god. Yeah. Well, that has not gone well at all. I was so engrossed into looking at her abilities, I forgot to check on her health. Wow. Who says I'm the worst Final Fantasy player in the world? I think it's true.
Get ready for the feeding of a lifetime.
Right. I'm just trying to remember how to play properly as well. Obviously, you need time to get back into games that you've not played for a while. So have we assessed them? I just want to check if we've assessed them. No, we've got to assess them again now. F. That's a nice F and banner. Where did you get that one from? Okay, so we want ice ninjutsu for these little dudes. So is that ice now? Yeah. Oh, look at the damage. Look at the beautiful damage. That's a lot more damage. That would be me, lol. No, it's gotta be me. I'm pretty bad at like all sport games. I try my best, but I like having fun. As long as you're having fun, I say. Who cares if you're bad at a game? Alright, let's just do a cure.
Sorry.
Right. Ranged attack, go! Yuffie, ranged attack, go! Pressure it, pressure it! Yeah, staggered! Now smack it to death.
And our
At Dog Bomb. That is a nice F. I like how they've done it. It's like quite a nice size as well. It looks bigger than you're allowed sort of emote size. So that's really nice. Okay, enemy down. Right, where are we going now? What items are we getting? No items. This is the thing. Why do they never put more items in the game? You just continuously try and explore and you're like, nah, we just want to find some items. I mean, even her ducking's really nice. Hey, we've got a nice item up there. Okay, I'm guessing we have to go to the left. So let's go up there first. Oh no, we can't go up there. Okay, remember guys, there is a little purple materia up there. So we need to go and get that. As we always forget stuff like that. Actually, is there a map? On the map screen, you can check your current scenario, objective, and layout of the land. Right. So it's up there. So we need to get there. So the little materia is there. We need to remember sort of to come back and try and get that. Oh, hello. Hey, it's an unknown number. It's an unknown number. Oh, number 11. Reunion! Reunion!
No palm.
No palm. Is she? Oh, she's looking for someone else with a Moogle palm. Oh, she's just left him. She's not even going to be like, hello. So is this...
You okay?
Is this after the end of Remake?
Home?
Or what? I don't know if... I'm guessing this is after the end of Remake. But in which case, then Sephiroth, Cloud, and everyone have gone off to a new sort of dimension / timeline. So all these rogues, so basically these mysterious men, in the original game, just all gather to go for the reunion, because they're all part of Sephiroth. So they all join up. They all go and try and join up with Sephiroth to make him more powerful and bring the pieces of Genova back. So, but if Sephiroth has gone to a different dimension, then where are they going? Interesting. They've put a robed man in this game. That must mean something. That's interesting. I think that's a call out to something.
I'm not going anywhere until I get that elevator moving.
Unless this is before the end of Remake, in which case they are still going to try and join it with Sephiroth. Yuffie's throwing star. Yuffie's weapon can be used to strike more than just crates. Try tossing it at hard to reach objects such as distant switches. Hey, so we can hit switches and stuff. Hit the switch, drop down the elevator. Oh yeah. I love Yuffie's animation. Even her run style, like that is proper how Yuffie runs. Like from the original, Yuffie was such like a little energetic, sprightly character. That is how she would run. I'm in love. I'm in love with Yuffie's animation. I think they've done an amazing job. A properly amazing job. But yeah, have you both played Remake? Squid Pie and Catherine Banner, have you both played Remake or have you played the original? I know you've said you've watched someone play it yesterday, Catherine. Have we assessed... No, we haven't assessed these ones yet, have we? I think these are weak to a lightning. They're not weak to a lightning. They're weak to ice and magic. Ice and magic? Fair enough. I haven't played the remake yet. Played the original though. Okay. I'll try not to spoil the remake as much then. I'll try and keep it as spoiler-free as I can, depending on how the DLC goes, because obviously if the DLC sort of shows the end of the game. I don't know if it will show the end of the game. I would imagine this is after the end, but because of the robed man, that makes me feel like it isn't. Okay, no worries, Squid Pie. I played the original, but not the remake. In fairness, the remake I've been very, very impressed with. The remake is actually like fantastic. Although they've changed the story, they've kind of stuck to the story, but they basically changed like the ending and sort of how the game's going to be. So they've kind of made the remake as, from what we've all gathered, they've kind of made the remake as an alternate timeline. So they can either do one of two things in part 2. They can either have the original timeline, or they can have an alternate timeline, which we are expecting is going to be an alternate timeline. And we don't know whether they're going to come back together at some point. Oh, hold on. How are we supposed to get over there? Have I come the wrong way? Interesting. Maybe I do have to be up there. Yeah, it is genuinely quite interesting. They've basically added new sort of like deity. I don't know what you'd call them. They've added like new enemies in, basically, to kind of, we don't know who they are, but they're called Whispers, and they're basically like timeline keepers in a way. They try and keep like the timeline intact. But yeah, it'd be good for you to play the remake just to experience the differences. Like the Sephiroth in the remake, I'm not as fussed with. They haven't really explained it, so a lot of new people that haven't played the original Final Fantasy are a bit confused as to what Sephiroth's doing, who he is and stuff. And even when I was playing it, I was like, why have you put him in this bit? Or why have you done that with him? Like, if you've not played the original, you will be confused because they've kind of used Sephiroth as sort of a memory, but they've tried to make him in real life as well. It's a really that's the only bit that I wasn't too keen on, is the way they introduced Sephiroth and how they did that bit. But overall, remake's really good. Obviously, like going with an alternate timeline is fine for me. I don't mind them changing it. It's a remake, not a remaster. So obviously, they have the ability to do whatever they want. And to be fair, there's a lot of new ideas that they seem to have, which bulks out the story a little bit more. My sister-in-law has played the remake and loves it, but she's on holiday and not played this yet. Well, so far, I'm just loving the animation. I mean, this game alone, for the character animation and the character voice acting and everything about characters, is spot on. I've genuinely feel like they've put so much effort into making the characters like how we used to love them. It's just hats off to Square Enix. They've done a fantastic job. You obtained an orb of HP up materia. Oh, nice. But yeah, I don't want to spoil the ending of Remake in case you play it, but there's a character at the end that isn't supposed to be in the game. If you played the original, he's kind of in the original, but he's not really talked about. If you've played Crisis Core, you'll know who I'm on about. The game focuses, he's from Crisis Core. But basically, they've kind of left it as whether he might be in the game or not, which is very, very interesting.
Talk about false advertising.
Because it will make a massive change for how the game plays out and for how Cloud reacts. That's the thing. The whole thing about Cloud is going to be so interesting. I can't wait for part 2. I'm hoping part 2 comes out next year. They did say they were going to try and bring it out quicker than Remake, and it's been 2 years now, 2 or 3 years. So in terms of what they kind of said, then I expect part 2 to come out maybe late next year. Obviously, COVID will have pushed back production as well, which is a shame. Which is why I'm saying they'll probably push it for late next year. Otherwise, I'd have said that they might aim for like February 2022, because generally a lot of Final Fantasy games come out in February, and February is my birthday month, and it always comes out. Has it already been that long? Actually, let's have a look. Let's just Google when it came out. I can't fully remember. I'm pretty sure it came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Oh no, I'm wrong. It came out in April last year. Oh, fair enough then. So if they take 2 to 3 years to make the next one, then between early 22 and early 23, because they said they were going to try and do it in about 2 or 3 years. And if COVID's not stopped production, then I'm predicting that it's going to come out next end of 2022. I'm predicting it's going to come out late 2022. Just how they've been making the games. Because obviously Remake took 5 years to make, and they said this one was going to be quicker, hopefully 2 to 3 years. So it'll be late 2022 or early 23. That is my prediction. Okay, yeah, my perception of time is still in working order. I don't think I've ever had perception of time. I don't think perception of time exists in my brain. I think my brain's just like, yeah, you either did it yesterday or you did it years ago. There's no like in between. At least, to be fair, that's nice though. It's been out a year. I'm guessing that's why they released it on PS Plus. What? Who's over there? I don't see anyone over there. Don't worry, Yuffie's here. I like what they're renaming. I like what they're naming the little side missions as well. Every so often it pops up with the next main mission. It's quite nice how they've done it. But look, I mean, look at the textures. To be fair, the PS4 version was fantastic.
Come on down.
Okay, so we need to hit that crane, but it's obstructed. The PS4 graphics for this game were amazing. And I've watched them like comparison videos between the PS4 Pro and the PS5, and there's not that much difference in terms of environments and character details. It's kind of just like little reflections, little fog and stuff. But to be fair, this game was so good on PS4 that they've not really needed to upscale it. The only thing that I want to know in the PS5 version compared to the PS4 version is whether textures all work. Because obviously in the PS4 remake, not all the textures work. There was a lot of problems with textures. The biggest example was the door to Cloud's apartment. It had like the most basic textures on, and the textures didn't load properly. Apparently they fixed it now. But even a lot of sort of the character models and textures didn't load properly. So I am going to be playing through the game again on hard mode on PS5. I don't know if it'll be on stream. It might be off stream. But just so I can see the difference as well. Oh, it's another rogue man. It's another missing number. Alright, let's cure her. We're getting destroyed. So where are they going? They're all going to Sephiroth. But Sephiroth shouldn't be here. I want to know where they're all going. Unless they're still going to Mount Nibelheim like they did in the original. I'm guessing they're still going to Mount Nibelheim. So it wouldn't matter if Sephiroth is here or not. Because that'll be later on in the game. I think this is the problem with people playing the original and people playing the remake. Like, it's really hard not to talk about the original when, like, we all played it. Like, for people that are new to the game and kind of come into it, it's a bit like, yeah, I don't really want to spoil the game for you, but because, like, I played it many, many years ago and, like, it's my favorite game, I do just want to talk about it and, like, talk about what's going to happen and what changes might happen in the game and how the game's gonna be different to like the original. Oh, we got a limit. Oh my god, let's test it. Bloodbath. Unleash a fury of blows that deal a large amount of damage. I'm going to test it. Let's test it.
Getting out of this one alive.
Oh, I like the little shuriken bit. I wasn't that impressed until the little shuriken bit at the end. I like that. That's a nice touch. Okay, so switching between range isn't as easy as pressing triangle because it looks like if you're already doing a combo and you press triangle, it doesn't seem to be switching me back to ranged, which could be a slight annoyance. I'll keep trying. Can we climb up here? Or is this where we would come down? Looks like that where we would come down. Is there any ladders or anything? I'm guessing we can go up here. Ah, yeah, there's a materia up there again. Well, let's go! Let's go! Hey, look, we can climb up and then we can slide down a pole. Everyone loves to slide down a pole. Nice. BRB, gotta get some more coffee. No worries. Go and get your daily caffeine fix. Why can't I pick it up? There we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Here's the remote play lag, which will last about 10 seconds and then disappear. That's the only bad thing about remote play for streaming. But if you can't afford a capture card and you have a PS5, definitely think about remote playing if you can't afford one. Obviously, if you've got a PS4, remote play is absolutely terrible. PS4 remote play is the worst thing. You wouldn't be able to stream with it, even if you had amazing internet. It just doesn't seem to be optimized. It's just horrible. Reunion! Please help me get to Mount Nibelheim. I need to go to the reunion. I love how like they're not moving or anything. They're just kind of static animations, like. Oh, that one's number 20. Okay, so we found number 11 and we found number 20. What was the one from remake? Was it number 13? I wonder if I bet you anything they're gonna put all of them somewhere in the game. I can't remember how many there are. I think there's 30 something. Or there was in the original. 1,000 gil. Yes, we like money. Everyone likes money. Especially Yuffie. Yuffie, there's nothing more Yuffie likes than money and treasure hunting. He loves a bit of gil. Anything else? Nope. Looks like we've explored everywhere. Let's leave the building. Actually, is this before the end of remake? Are all the plates still up? Can we see what number these plates are? Anywhere to tell us what number? Because obviously in Final Fantasy we drop down a plate, don't we? So from what I can see, it looks like all the plates are still in the sky. Whereas they wouldn't be, because they wouldn't have repaired it. Because Shinra didn't want to repair it, they wanted to leave it. So in that case, I don't know if this is set before the end of remake, before they even bring down the plate. Maybe this is before the start of Avalanche, before Cloud meets them. Because we know Avalanche are around, because that's who Yuffie's gonna go and try and find. Nova. To be fair, if you love Genova, the Genova fight in remake was actually really decent, really well made. It wasn't as good as sort of the later Genova fights in the original, but for a Genova fight, it did feel like pretty epic. Okay, so that's number 16. So we found 11, 16, and 20. But why are they in Midgar?
This is too weird.
This must be when they're trying to get to Sephiroth. So this has to be before remake, right?
You got this.
Is this a prequel? Because for one, they're all going to Midgar, where Genova is. Yeah, because this Genova will still be in Midgar. Genova will still be in Hojo's lab. So if they're still all going to Midgar, this is pre plate falling and pre Genova being moved. So this must be pre remake. I thought this was after. I swear this is after. I don't know. The timeline's not making the biggest sense at the moment. Okay, we're in Scrap Boulevard, so we know Scrap Boulevard. This is in the remake. So basically, this is part of remake now. This is where we fought all the little monsters. Why can't we hit those boxes? Those are boxes. Why won't you let me shuriken them? You meanies. Okay, so Outskirts was new. Abandoned Warehouse. Now we did have abandoned warehouses in remake. I don't know if we had that one. We might have done, because there was a warehouse off Scrap Boulevard, as far as I remember. Okay, so we're in Scrap Boulevard, so we're going into the slums. We're going near Ares house. Oh. So we're in Sector 7. Yeah, so if we're in Sector 7... No, we're not in Sector 7. What sector are we in?
I'm talking to myself. City's getting to me.
But anyway, we're in Sector 7, 8, or 9, which means the plate is still up. This is pre-remake. The Robed Men are still going to Genova. The plates are still up. This is definitely pre-remake. I need to know now whether this is pre-remake or not, because all the information I'm getting is definitely pre-remake. But I'm sure they labeled this game as a follow-on from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Right, let's just run around here. It's weird that there's no enemies, considering there was tons of enemies last time. Okay, where are we actually going? So these all lead to the same place anyway. I'm just kind of having a look around for items. There we go. That's what we want. We want to find little items like this. You obtained an orb of MP up materia. Ashley, have we got any equipment? We've not looked at her equipment. Hey, she's level 25. Okay, so she doesn't start at level 21. She starts at level 25. Which again makes me think that this is going to be after remake. I'm just going to Google whether this is prequel or after. Because this doesn't make sense. So a side story, tangential to the original remake. Ah, so is it alongside it? That would make more sense. I don't know what tangential... I'm bad at English. What is tangential? I can't even say it. Relating to or alongside a tangent. Right, that makes sense. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So this game is set alongside remake. It's not after remake. Because I was going to say, the plates are still up. You've still got the Robed Men going to Midgar to get Genova. Whereas a lot of this will have changed by the end of remake. So this runs alongside remake. So yeah, it looks like they have kept everything in a timeline. Just wanted to check. Nobody had made a mistake, and we were like, why is nothing changed? What is going on? So, was there a Moogle festival in the remake?
Did you just come from any monster troubles, or...?
Nope, there was no monster troubles. Absolutely no monsters at all. There was loads of monster troubles. So this is before the monster troubles. Okay, so this is before Cloud comes here, because there's no monsters. And when Cloud gets here, there's tons of monsters. So they're... Wait, so they're gathered... Ah! Right, so this is at the start of the game, look. So this is the same time as they've just blown up Mako Reactor 5. So this is right at the start of remake.
What do we have here?
Nice, we finally got some timeline.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But I can do better.
Yuffie? Yo.
Who the heck are you?
There's our palm. So, you're Avalanche?
I'm Jija. Follow me.
Zija?
Wait up!
Who is Zija? I do not recognize this guy. Hey!
Zija, why didn't you come meet me?
We've got...
I figured an elite.
Oh, I can't remember his name. We've got the little dude.
He may be elite, but it's not like I've ever been to Midgar. What exactly is a W anyway?
Anyone who lives where you just came from. Think of it as a code name.
So yeah, we are basically following the timeline of the start of the game. So Cloud won't have come here.
Kick your ass.
Seeing your fresh face is all.
Caffeine and nicotine
Don't
levels have been
worry.
replenished.
I know exactly
Awesome
what
stuff.
you're saying.
Give me a break, will ya?
And let you walk all over me?
Wait, so this guy, that kid, shouldn't be there because he shouldn't be there until after Cloud gets here. Because I'm sure we meet him earlier on, don't we? God, I'm trying to remember how the remake timeline works now. So if we are here at the same time that Cloud and Avalanche have blown up Mako Reactor 5, then... Or is this the first place we meet him? Maybe this is the first place we meet him. So that would make sense for him to be here. Actually, yeah, I think that's right. I think after Mako Reactor 5, we go to... do we go to Don Corneo then? And then we escape in the sewer and then we come here. Oh man, I need to play replay. Right, we're gonna remember this and we're gonna play through remake again just to make sure everything's kind of in order. But I think it's in order. No, I need that materia. No, don't let me go. Let me go get it.
I don't get it.
Oh, hello.
It was a success.
Sector 7 Clinic. I was right. This is Sector 7. I thought it was.
Well, here we are. Ladies
Hold on,
first.
there's Jesse Wiggs and Biggs and Wedge.
Shame,
Oh.
since we're not getting any-
Oh my god, this is cool. It's Jesse, Wedge, and... Oh my god, I can't even say their names. Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge. Can I walk up to them? And I'll be like, hello.
We're being
Oh my
places.
god.
Been living here a while, but that doesn't mean it has to look like it.
How cool is this? So this, yeah, this is before Cloud meets them. This is before Avalanche even meet them. This is quite cool. This is like start of remake. I like how they've done the timeline. I do like how they've done the timeline into Wiz remake. I thought it was going to be like after remake finished. So it's quite nice to know that it runs alongside remake. Because we'll get Yuffie's reactions and stuff. Got to go enjoy it. Thank you, Catherine Banner. Have a good day. I hope everything goes well. I'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, it's Avalanche.
These two are
But
Billy
different
Bob
part
and
of Billy Bob.
And that's Nio.
Hi, Nio.
Hi.
Yeah,
My name is Yuffie.
the character textures are looking better.
Special Forces operative for the new Wutai government. I have orders to infiltrate Shinra HQ and steal their ultimate materia. To prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with.
Yuffie is
Members of
amazing.
Avalanche, with your full support, we got this.
That was amazing
You
speech.
better believe it. So, did you guys meet Sonon yet? He was supposed to be here.
Yeah, he got in 3 days ago.
He's out on the town as we speak. Really seems to be enjoying it here.
Oh, he does he?
You, got any bags?
No,
Yes,
I'm a
yes.
materia hunter.
We just always travel light. It's like a rule.
Is she just weaved the ninjutsu?
But I did bring
Foul.
these. Wutai's famous Dachau beans.
Hey, the chow beans.
Here you go.
Oh, I remember the chow beans from the Dachau God.
Can you eat these things? Guess you do.
Sheesh, you ninjas are insane.
I love how they've done this. I'm actually so impressed.
And wait here for Sonon. I gotta head out.
Right, so Sonon, I think Sonon's from Wutai as well. I don't think Sonon was in the original
Nah, I got this.
Final Fantasy 7 game.
Trouble.
But I think Sonon's come from Wutai as well. So it looks like we've come to steal the ultimate materia from Shinra HQ. Hello, Lady Soul Stealer. Did I just start it? Yes, I've literally started it about 40 minutes ago. So we have just come from the outskirts. We started on the outskirts of Midgar, and we've just reached Sector 7. Perfect. Yeah, I will be streaming it until this afternoon. So hopefully, I don't know how long the DLC is, but hopefully we'll get through it all. So if you fancy sticking around and watching it, feel free. We will be playing it as long as we can play it.
You must be tired from your trip. Why don't you get some rest?
But yeah, we're about 40 minutes in, but not a lot's happened so far, so you haven't really missed anything.
Instead. Don't hold out on me now. I know you know. Actually, I kind of don't. At least, not an exact location.
So we've just met up with an avalanche unit.
Purposes, treats materia as a weapon, which means the Advanced Weaponry Division probably deals with it. And since that's in the basement,
I see. So, Shinra hides its top secret materia in the basement.
Oh, don't tell me it's the underwater boss. That is technically what they hide in the basement.
I promise.
just be careful, will you? Please? Oh,
I wonder if we fight the same enemies.
Introduce yourself to Billy Bob. He knows a thing or two about
That'd be interesting. Right, so basically we found out, so we've just got to Sector 7 and met up with Avalanche. So these little people here are part of the Avalanche team, and we found out that this DLC runs alongside Remake. So I originally thought that this DLC came after Remake, but the DLC runs the same timeline as Remake. So this part of the game is when Cloud and Avalanche have just blown up the Sector 5 Mako reactor with their little small bomb. So we're kind of near the start of the game in terms of DLC. I feel like I need to replay the game. I am also feeling like I should replay the game, lol. It is kind of like, okay, I'm trying to remember exactly where we are. So basically this is the part where Cloud and Avalanche haven't got to yet. They've not made it to Sector 7, so kind of we are here before they've even come here.
You look kind of nervous.
I just want to make sure I have the plan down pat. You know, like how to get up top and all
But
that.
yeah, the Yuffie animation is amazing.
If you have
Absolutely
an idea,
spot on.
You normally just take the train up there.
She is. She's
Well,
amazingly
commotion
cute,
going
and
on,
they've done her
that's not
so
really an
well.
option. Security's on high alert. If you ask me, your best bet is to sit tight and wait for things to settle down some.
Sit tight.
And her Moogle
Where do I
outfit
go
is
now?
amazing.
Guess then. Go
You
get
wait
killed.
until the next event. Everyone's gonna cosplay as
You
Yuffie.
haven't introduced yourself to Billy Bob? You should. He's got some intel you might want to hear.
Okay,